First myth of all is that Americans only eat fast food. So...
Well, that was a real stupid thing to say, wasn't it?
What's the capital of Germany?
It's France? Poland?
Are you serious?
Mexico. Yeah. But that's also kind of a myth, because when we ask, how are you doing? We truly don't care how you're doing.
Hey, herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video von mir. Mein Name ist Leonie, ich bin 15 Jahre alt und ich mache gerade ein Auslandsjahr in North Carolina mit der Organisation Kulturwecke Deutschland. Ich bin hier für 10 Monate und in meinem Video werde ich euch über ein paar Mythen von den USA erzählen und werde dann beurteilen, ob sie wahr oder falsch sind und genau. First myth of all is that Americans only eat fast food. So I would say it's sort of true.
We love our fast foods here for sure. And I mean, it's no surprise why. It's convenient, it's affordable, and no matter where you are in the country, it's always there.
There are definitely some really good ones that I've tried, like Arby's, that I'm really obsessed with.
Yeah, you've even got their slogan down, right?
Yes, so it really sticks in my head.
And of course, my personal favorite, some Chick-fil-A. But you've gotten to try a bunch of them, haven't you?
Yes, that's true.
So other than Arby's and Chick-fil-A, what are some of your other favorites?
We got Biscuitville, Zaxby's. We also have KFC, which is not my favorite, but it's okay.
And then a personal favorite, because we live in the Southeast, is Cookout. But you can't find that around the whole country. But Americans definitely love their fast food. It's not always the healthiest, but it's very convenient.
The next myth is that cars and streets are bigger here in the US than they are in Germany. But it's not necessarily true, because the cars, they can be bigger, but not necessarily. Then I filmed the streets to show you that the streets can be bigger, but also it really depends where you're driving. So the third myth is that Americans are very polite and friendly and very open-minded.
Well, that was a real stupid thing to say, wasn't it? No, I'm just kidding. So we definitely want to try to put our best foot forward, and when possible, we like to be kind and polite and open-minded to people.
They always start their conversations with, "Hey, how are you?" So they pretty much want to know how you're doing and start conversations right away.
But that's also kind of a myth, because when we ask, how are you doing? We truly don't care how you're doing, but it's something that we've been ingrained as Americans to say is, hey, how you doing? And so it's just a good way to start a conversation. But we do try to be nice to you.
Yes. The next myth is Americans don't know anything or not much about Germany. So what's the capital of Germany?
It's France? Poland?
Are you serious?
Mexico. Yeah. Americans really don't know much about Germany. Honestly, Americans are not that great about being worldly intellectuals. We tend to stay kind of just in our own worlds. And unfortunately, many Americans are not, they're not educated in schools about places outside of our own country, which is a shame, because there's so much rich culture and history and important information to learn about all the countries around us, including Germany. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know a lot about it because of you.
And I got a lot of stupid questions about Germany in my high school from other students and a lot of my friends. They really do not know much about Germany.
Now, so it is important for Americans to continue to keep an open mind and learn when possible about places outside of our own country.
The last myth is that Americans are superficial.
You know, there are a lot of Americans who do love luxurious and exorbitant things like big houses and fancy cars and the fanciest clothes. But, you know, there's also many who don't.
So I know a couple of humble people and they're really nice. So
for that myth, it's kind of depending on where you live, who you know, what your upbringing is, and what your values are.
Exactly. Das war's dann auch schon mit meinem Video und ich hoffe, euch hat's gefallen. Und ihr könnt jetzt auch gerne den Kanal abonnieren und euch noch weitere Videos anschauen von verschiedenen Austauschschülern.